all the things we are getting through the internet itself, right? If you want to have any queries, we are not depends on the library to go and explore it. Instead of just we are Google it, we are finding the answer, right? This is the way we are much using the internet. That is the reasons the book sales to be was reduced. But now the book sales is high in the case of digital mode. So that is the reason the people's buying the Kindle or in a smartphone itself, they have a lot of ebooks, mobile application. From this, they are reading the textbook, and now all the textbooks convert into the audio also. Even if you see there is a Cuckoo FM or a lot of online platforms, they're promoting a what is the audio textbooks. So it may be the people may be explaining the textbook in some kind of audio things and all. So like this, the people's we like us, we are moving to in the digital world. So the same way, the Chat GPT also making impact into our day-to-day life. Just I'm going to highlight some other points, how the Chat GPT might going to be impact in the education system. The first one, in one way it will be good because it may promoting the personalized learning. So you might have the doubt, what is called personalized learning? Personalized means the people's may be learn by themselves, okay, without any person's assistance. Suppose the students having the doubts, instead of depends on the teacher or their friends, they can sit with the laptop. They can, which are the queries they have, just so they can ask the queries in the Chat GPT. The Chat GPT may be provide the answer. So that is the reasons it leads the personalized learning. So the students may clarify the doubt
Hello?
at the same time. And the,
Hello?
hello.
Yeah, sorry to sorry to interrupt you. So can we say personalized learning and self-paced learning both are same?
No, self-paced learning means it's like a speed. Okay, for example, there may be two students in my classroom. For example, one student is a gifted, other student is a slow learner. So each one have the different phase to learn the content, right? So one person maybe see this video only one time, it's enough for them to be learn it. But some small students, some kind of slow learners, they need to be see the same video for 4 or 5 times. Then only they can understand what is the video in this, right? That is called as a self-paced learning. Self-paced learning, it's purely based on the what is the speedness of the recognition of the content, right? So automatically the personalized learning also lead the self-paced learning because everything's to be interlinked, right? So everything's to be interlinked. I hope you understood what is called self-paced. Self-paced means based on the individual speed they can learn by themselves. This personalized learning means the students have to be promote the learning by themselves, right? They can learn by themselves. So without depends on any other people, they can depends on Chat GPT, they can learn by themselves. That's the reason I put like this. The students can get the personalized or real-time tutoring, which can make themselves understand the complex concepts better and improve their grades. So they always depends on the Chat GPT. They may get this insight, they may get some idea. From this, they may learn by themselves. Right. The next is in the case of teachers pretending like us, it may be reducing our work time, so our workload. Particularly the teachers like us in some private schools and all, the management be forcing to be submit the lesson plans, right? So, but if you have the Chat GPT, because most of the cases we are not much depends on the lesson plan and all. So just for the name check, the people may be submitting. So for them, this kind of tool, it might helping to write the lesson plan, and that lesson plan they can keep it for to submitting this management and all. And that's the reason I just to highlight here. The teacher can Chat GPT to generate teaching learning content, such as the lesson plan, even the assignment, or based on the speed and learning ability. Suppose we have the doubts. So suppose I have the title like blended learning in higher education system. I want to know. I want to think that I had to create some kind of big questions or essay type questions, but that sometimes we do not get that kind of idea. But when you're asking this the same question, so kindly give me a essay type question for the topic of blended learning. The ChatGPT is providing a question more than 5 or 6, right? So from this, the teachers like us, we have to do some kind of input from the ChatGPT. We are not using as it is, but the ChatGPT is giving some kind of insight or provide some kind of idea about the different kinds of question. Even if you the ChatGPT is providing the MCQ question, even it may be providing the essay type questions, right? So we may get some idea how we can frame this question because most of the people, most of the teachers, they are not having a good idea about how to develop how to frame a questions and all. Because most of the teachers, they're not cross the Bloom's taxonomy and all. But this is a tool, the ChatGPT is giving some kind of insight how to prepare a questions and all. In this way, it may be helping to the people. And the next one, the loss of ability, because there may be a positive and negative impact, right? That is the reason I'm going to highlight both positive and negative. In what way it's going to create an impact in the teaching, learning, even the assessment area. Loss of ability to think outside the box, because some of the students or some of the faculty, they may be reliant on this particular Chat GPT. They could not start that learning by thinking by themselves. Instead of that, for any simple queries also, even for adding a 2-digit number or 3-digit number, so they may depends on the Chat GPT. That is a bigger challenges. So even the people's not be thinking the outside of the boxes. They may believe that what I think the Chat GPT providing, it may be correct. Like this, some people, there is a chance they may be depends much about this kind of Chat GPT. That is another issue, while the people's may much rely on this. And the other one, eroding the empathy. So see, that the first point which I highlight, that is personalized learning. When you go with personalized learning, we may not having a close contact with our peer group members, even the classmates. We don't have much relations at all, because the people always depends on the Chat GPT. They are interacting with the machines only. They don't have the possibility to interact with the human being. That is the reasons sometimes we may lack in the case of social adjustment, or sometimes we don't have the empathy, sympathy. This kind of issues also may come, because the people much depends on the machines, right? Due to the reason, this kind of side effects maybe comes in the futures. And the other one, the authenticity is a question mark in the case of ChatGPT, because we cannot believe that the what are the things that ChatGPT providing is 100% correct. We have to ensure whether the material which is provided by the ChatGPT or the content which is provided by the ChatGPT is correct or not. Because most of the cases, it may give the wrong answer, particularly if you're asking the queries related to the 2020 incident, it won't provide the correct answer, but sometimes maybe provide some content. But don't believe that it may be exactly, it's a correct content, because there may be questionable in the case of authenticity. After ensuring that, we have to be think about this, because even the WhatsApp message or social media message, what are things it comes, the people may believe blindly. They could not know whether the messages after they are the truth. Unknowingly, they may be forward to others also. That is a problem the social media is going on. So the same kind of impact will come to the authenticity is a question mark like a chatbot. Other one, the security risk. For example, some of the materials, it not be available in the Chat GPT. It asking to give some kind of input. Even if you're doing some kind of input, that may be lead some kind of security risk. Suppose sometimes it may be asking some kind of different personal details. If you're providing, it may be create some kind of impact in this. That also we have to look on this. So there is a Sabine Ashton's chatbot things. The chat is putting the message. I read somewhere a few days back that ChatGPT could answer only 50% of UPSC exam. Yeah, of course. 2 days before I read this, the same message. So they tested the ChatGPT is giving you the exact answer of the UPSC exam, but it's giving only 54. So that is the reason I told we have to ensure the authenticity, the message which is given by the ChatGPT or any kind of social media message. We don't believe it as it is. So thank you, Sabine Ashwin, ma'am. So to give you wonderful insight. And diluting human intelligence. So that's as we already highlighted the one point that is called it may be reducing our sympathy, empathy, and things. So similarly, it may be diluting the human intelligence. If the students rely excessively on the ChatGPT for answer and solution, they may become less motivated to learn independently. So thus diluting the human intelligence over generation. Suppose for all the queries, if it depends on the ChatGPT for doing a small calculation or finding a single small things also, if we are depending on much on the case of ChatGPT, we don't have much kind of intelligence ability. Even we don't have the habit to think. That is a problem while we are depends much on the ChatGPT. And sometimes some schools, they may decide that we have to be ban the ChatGPT. Even I hear that some Bangalore and some of the institution already they stopped to use the ChatGPT, the schools or the institution. But we have to think in a different way. Instead of banning, we have to use this ChatGPT as one of the teaching aids or teaching assistants. Then it will be good. So that is the reason we have to fix what we have to do in the ChatGPT, what we don't do the ChatGPT. Like this, we have to categorize the things. Then we can use this kind of tools in a proper manner. If you're not knowing what is we have to do, what we don't to do, then there may be questions comes, there may be issues may comes. That is the reason we have to divide what we have to do, what we don't to do. That also I'm going to highlight the forthcoming sessions. And the OpenAI is a new chatbot is rising up fears of cheating on homework, right? So that's but the potential as an education, because it's having the plenty of features. So wherever is possible, we have to use this features for our enriching our teaching skill, even for the students and learning skills and all. So instead of ban, we have to think in what way we have to adopt, we have to use this kind of chat GPT for our teaching, learning, and for assessment purpose, that we have to think. Yes, the next things I just highlight, previously I just highlight the impact only. Now I'm just dividing the pros and cons about the chat GPT in the case of educations. And then after that, I may compare whether it's a boon or ban. So in the first cases, in the case of pros and the positive aspects, it's fast and effective. So whenever you have the queries, just immediately we are depends on the chat GPT and we're getting the answer. This is a way the chat GPT is may helping us. But if it depends on the Google, we have to ask the questions the Google search engine, and it maybe provide more than 1,000 responses. From this, we have to find the best one, or we have to be understand all the 1,000 content. Then only we have to realize what is exactly the content. But this is given a appropriate answer, more appropriate answer. From this, we may get the answer very fastly and the effective manner. So that is the uniqueness. That is the main importance of this, the chat GPT. The other one, the usage interface, very simple. That is the reason the people are using addictive use. That is the reason you can see within a 2 weeks or 2 months, the particular chat GPT is more than 10 crores of usage. It may be increasing now, right? Why it's reaching? Because the chat GPT interface very simple. Even the laymen, those who are not much comfortable with the technology, even that people also might be used, because it's like a chat. If you're asking the queries, it may be give the answer, and the interface very simple. So there is no need to log in each time. Only one time you have to log in. If you are using the same Chrome browser or any browser, there is no need to log in regularly. The first time login is enough. Then you have to ask the queries one by one. It may be saved in their own database, because there is a history also is there. Whenever you like to retrieve the yearly search, that also possible. So this is a way. The usage interface very simple. That is a one important or one of the important positive points about the chat GPT, because even the people those who are much comfortable with technology, they are able to use it. The other one is that convenient to use, right? For the students who might not have the access to a tutor, for example, some of the students, they're not able to come to the classrooms, but they need to be learned by them. So for them, this kind of chat GPT may helping them. What are the queries they're asking? It may be provide the answer, and it may be working with 24/7 access. But if the students like to contact the teachers, there may be limited hours. So there may be chances for 9 to 5 o'clock. That time the students may be connected to the teachers. After that, they may be connected with mobile only, right? Or the WhatsApp and all. But this is a tool, the chat GPT, it convenient for any users in a 24/7 access. That is another advantages or another pros in the case of the chat GPT. The other one, it saves time. So you don't have, particularly you have, there's a 10 pages of content or the 100 pages of content. So there is no need to read all the 100 pages. Instead of that, just you can copy and paste into the chat GPT and ask the chat GPT to summarize it. For 100 word or 200 word, is automatically summarizing. Based on this, you can understand what is the 100 page content. So that is a way it saves our time. There is no need to read the entire 100 pages. So you don't have to read the entire text, because the chat GPT is giving a summarized content to us. So what we are asking the queries, it may give the answer. That is, therefore, what we have to do, we need to know the prompts. So which are the way we have to ask the questions, the chat GPT, we have to, what is that, enhance the kind of skills. We have to learn. So some kind of prompts, questions, we have to think, and we have to use that prompts question in an effective manner. Means the chat GPT is a wonderful tool for us. And sometimes it provides the feedback also. So another important benefits while using the Chat GPT. So suppose you are asking some kind of helpful while developing new writing skills, thus enhancing your learning experience. Suppose you have the doubt, you develop one paragraph, you wrote one paragraph. You want to know whether the paragraph written by you is correct, or you like to ask some kind of suggestion to enrich the paragraph also, the ChatGPT is providing. So immediate feedback we may get it. Once you paste the content, you can ask any queries to the ChatGPT. It gives this feedback also. So that is another important benefits while using the ChatGPT. Now, I'm just going to highlight some of the cons, some of the demerits while using this kind of ChatGPT. The first one is the lack of human interactions. So that we already discussed in the impact area also. So in what way? One minute, just I'm trying to. Yeah. Another thing is lack of human interactions that we already discussed here. So this kind of Chat GPT, 100% if you're laying with this, if you're using, if you're addicted to use it, we may be lack to connect with the human people, or we don't have some kind of social maturity, social adjustment may be questionable in features. So it creates some kind of issues in the case of social issues. It maybe creates issues also. So it promotes some kind of lack of human interaction that we have to be look onto this. And most of the cases, while using Chat GPT, it should be more reliant on the technology dependent. Suppose the dependence, the Chat GPT depends on technology to operate. Thus, there is a chance that is won't always be accessible at all times. Sometimes there may be issues with the laptop. Sometimes you have the issues, the hardware issue or software issue. You cannot use it, this kind of tools, right? So it because it over much depends on the technology dependent. That also leads an issue if you're not having, if your tool is not supporting, your hardware or software is not supporting, then we may feel to the issues. And that's how we already mentioned that we could not find all the things which you get it from here is correct. And similarly, we cannot get all the information that already the Sabine Ashmin, madam, she highlighted. Only the ChatGPT is providing 55% of UPSC exam attempted by the ChatGPT is correct. So it provides only the limited information. So but it may provide the answer, but the answer may not be correct. That we have to ensure. Okay, that is the main drawbacks. It won't having all the informations which are queries you're asking. It won't give us all the answers. Sometimes it may give, sometimes it won't be give. That's we have to be ensure after the you have to use it. And another important issues while using this, no room for creativity. That also we discuss. Because if you're over depends on this kind of things, because fingertip itself we are getting this input, right? When you like to have the doubts, when you have the doubts, immediately we are depend on the Chat GPT. Then automatically influence that thought thing, provoking things and thinking style as well as the creativity styles also. If you are depends on much on, we don't have the habit to reflect or what is that thinking the past things and all. So that is the biggest challenges while using the Chat GPT. The no rooms for the creativity ability, even for the intelligence also there may be a question. And as already highlighted that I started the questions only whether the Chat GPT it affect the thinking ability. Surely it may be affect the thinking ability. So that is the reason what we have to do. We have to think in what way we have to use it, in which are the fact we have to use this, and which are the contexts we won't be use this Chat GPT. That we have to divide into two way. Then only to lead the further in the education system, this kind of advanced technology might helping us. Yeah. So now I'm just moving to some of the prompt questions that I'm highlighting later. Just I'm moving to the some of the AI tools which is related to the educations. After that, I move to the prompt because when you like to ask the question to the Chat GPT, we need to ask some kind of key terms, right? Then only provide the correct answer. And just to provide some of the prompt questions, which we are asking as a teacher, as a learner, that I'm going to highlight later. Now I'm moving to some of the demo part, some of the AI tools in education. The first two, some of tools we already discussed, but I'm moving to the tool now. It's called Explain Like I Am 5. This is a tool. Up to now, it's a free, partially is provide free. The tool name is called Explain Like I Am 5. The same like Chat GPT. So just I'm sharing this link for you. So I hope you are getting this link. So here, if you like to ask the questions in a languages, the different languages are there. So the language you like to ask the questions, you can select this question. Suppose you like to ask the questions here, you can ask what is Chat GPT. Okay, just I'm asking Chat GPT about Chat GPT. Right. So after this, just you can put enter. Now it gives this answer. So now it gives this answer. Oh, this is 1 minute. It's moved to the another page. Yeah. Chat GPT. Yeah. So run prompt. So it gives this answer. It takes few seconds to take this answer. So it's reading. So now it's moved to the pricing. Oh, that is the issues. Okay. Suppose if we create an account, some trial versions might be working. Previous it was work. Now it's asking the money. Just I'm trying once again. It moved to the plans version. I'm trying this. So wherever you find it, the IO extension or AI extension, it may be related to the artificial intelligence only. So here you can go with and just put the on. I'm just asking the questions here. Chat GPT. Okay. So I put the rent prompt. Now it's asking the payment. Yeah, it's showing this. It's asking the money. So I'm just skipping this tool. I move to the another tool. The same similar kind of tools are auto tools are available. And just move to the another tool. That is called this is a very good tool. It may be develop a quiz question. Only you have to type a question title, or you can just copy and paste this URL of this particular content. It may provide a at least the 3 free multiple choice question. Suppose as a teacher you like to develop a questions, you want to frame a questions or in a essay type or in a true or false. So short answer. So which are things you like to prefer? Only things we have to paste. Suppose you like to have in the content in a short form, you can copy and paste. It may be supporting 2,500, 5,000 character on a free basis. Suppose you have the website. From this, you like to ask the question that website based the question want to be generated. You can depends on this URL. I'm just sharing this link. Yeah,
but in this there is no scope for long questions.
Yeah, but short answer is there. Is short answer. But the Chat GPT is providing a even the big questions. You can ask the Chat GPT.
This AI we can use for only school level, not skill level.
Yeah, of course. So true or false, short answer, and filling the blanks is available. So just I like to give that small demo. Suppose I like to find a Wikipedia. In the Wikipedia, there is an I like to go with artificial intelligence. Suppose the artificial intelligence website I like to go through the Wikipedia. So this is a artificial intelligence Wikipedia content. I'm just copying this link as a URL. I'm copying the URL of the Wikipedia. I'm pasting this URL here. You can see. So I'm pasting here. I already copied this, so it's showing. And you have to select this question, whether you like to go with the true or false or short answer, but I like to go with the multiple choice. And the difficulty level, you like to go with easy or a hard, and just putting the hard. And the number of questions they're providing only the 3 for the free versions. If you go with the more, you need to go with the paid, but I'm going with 3. And here there may be some specific languages there. So which language you like to generate questions? You have to select the languages. After this, you have to press generate. So once it's generated, it provide here questions with options. Now it takes time to be generated questions. So how it will be working the sense based on the link, because the URL we are pasted, no? So automatically this particular tool, it's checking with that particular URL and what is the content it may be read from their end, and based on this maybe asking the questions. Yeah, of course, the Chat GPT, I'm doing the demo the later, how we can use the Chat GPT for asking this kind of MC question. It promote a lot of questions, it provide a lot of questions. So I'm doing this the next level demo. So this is a tool, is a free basis. I'm just showing some tools here. Yeah, still is generating. So we need a good internet connections. Yeah, now you can see there is a 3 questions in a hard basis. So what is the traditional goal of AI research? There is then 4 options. Suppose I'm selecting this option, it's showing the wrong. I'm trying this another one. I'm trying, so this is a correct answer. So like this, we may get the 3 multiple choice question. Even you like to do the editing, there is a editing options.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, sir, please.
Is it 100% reliable if we depend on this website? Because, for example, as per recent news, that Chat GPT is providing only 50% reliable information. So, for example, if we depend on this website to make questions, whether it is short answers or MCQ, so the answers, how do means reliable or not?
Yeah, that we have to ensure as a teacher, we have to ensure it. That is the reason most of the AI tools, this kind of issues are that we have to ensure whether the messages are authentic or the correct one or the true one. Then we have to adopt it. Okay. The mission suggesting we have to understand whether the context of the particular content is correct or not. That we have to be checked. Right. That's manually we have to do. We have to cross check it. So this is the way we have to ensure. Then after we have to use it for our teaching or for the question paper setting and all. So my suggestion always don't use it as it is. Actually, it may give some kind of insight about the MCQ. We have to read and based on this, we have to develop our own. That is a good mode for the teachers like us. Instead of using as it is this kind of questions. So it's providing some kind of idea how to prepare a question in a hard basis. From this, we have to develop here some other questions later, somewhat related to this. That is the thing we have to look on this. Okay, thank you. Then I move to the another tool because this is a tool giving you some kind of MCQ. And just I'm moving to some other tools. Similarly, there is a, if you like to create some kind of the MCQ, there is one more tool. It's called ifty.com, ifty.io. So this also some partially free. So if you like to explore, you can go with this. Then ept.io. This is also another tools, but we need to sign up, and after the sign in, the same like the previous one, the Q's Echo. So the same kind of tool. Once you paste this kind of URL, based on this URL, it gives this questions. But we have to ensure whether the questions it's prepared by the AI is to be correct or not. Then we have to ensure it, right? Then similarly, then other tools, yeah, Jenny. So yesterday we discussing some of the summarizing tool for the research to know. There is a one more tool called Jenny, but yesterday I forgot to tell you. This is another tool. Suppose you like to comprise this the paragraph into 300 words, 200 words. That ChatGPT may helping. Other than this kind of tools, but there's only the 14 style versions are available. This is called Jenny.io. Then, so one of my favorite tool which I'm using for preparing my profile pictures sometimes, because now we are using a lot of platforms, even social media platform, even when you go for the Google Classroom or any other LMS platform, also we need to add some kind of profile pictures, right? So most of the people they're using some other people's profile pictures because they don't know how to prepare a profile picture and all. But this is a platform. It may gives a very wonderful profile picture. It's working with the AI, artificial intelligence. See here, there's a link, PFP maker. That's called profile picture maker. It may be suggested more than 50 profile pictures. So you have to select which one you like to select. Then after that, you can download it. You can use it for your social media or even for LMS platform and all. So this is a link, pfbmaker.com. So you can see this, the top AI profile picture maker, right? Only things you have to upload the photos. So just I'm going to the upload your photo. If you have your own photo that you can upload it, just I'm do the demo. Just I'm adding one of my photos here. Yeah, my personal photo. So here I'm adding some photos of mine. Yeah, see here just I'm adding one photos, my photo. After selecting this photo, just even that photo, it's taken by the mobile only. Now just I'm adding this photo into the PFB profile. After adding, so it takes few seconds to be uploading. Now you can see this. So I added here on full images, right? It's a landscape photo I added. Now automatically it's converting a profile picture. You can see I can get the difference. So the background, everything's to be removed, and only that our photo with the background, different background may be suggesting. Now you can see it's showing the different backgrounds. And it's exactly like a round shape. If you download it, maybe come to the square. But when you keep it in a social media, it's exactly come as a circles. Suppose you like to download this photo, there is a download option, so you can download it. So like this, existing here, more than 50 profile pictures in AI based. So now we can see it down. If you want to do further editing also, suppose if you want to do the further editing, you can go here. You can keep the cursor. 1 minute, I'm just going with once again the. Yeah, now because I'm using regularly, that's the reason it's asking here. Login credential. So if you give this login credential, it's may providing a good. Yeah, I'm trying once again the same thing. You can go to the upload profile. I can select a photo and open it. So you may get the different photos. Even there is some kind of editing options also there. If you want to edit some kind of background and all, you have to some kind of editing. See, there is a eye symbol and there is a editing pen. If you want to change the back color or any other things, brightness and all, you can depends on this. If you want to download, just you can click this download button. It may be downloading a new photos. So this way we have to download these photos. Now you can see I downloaded a profile photo. So I'm showing this new photos. So it's showing like this. So like this, this kind of website, it may be helping to prepare your profile pictures, particularly when you like to use it for some kind of education. Platforms, even the LinkedIn or any other platform which you like to use it, this kind of AI features might helping you. And sometimes you may have the doubt how we can remove some of the elements in the photos. So we have the doubts, we have some kind of issues we are facing on this. For this, I'm just giving a one tool. It's called Magic Studio Editor. It's only helping to remove this some unwanted objects in this particular photo. For example, just I'm adding one photos here. You can do the drag and drop, or you can click upload. I already download some of the images from the net sources. Suppose I'm downloading, yeah, I'm adding this photo as a original photo and just added here. It's downloaded from the Pexel website. It's a CC Creative Commons websites. I'm uploaded. So now what I'm going to do, I want to remove this, that mouse. So I don't need the mouse. So what I'm going to do, there is a brush options. Kindly reduce the brush and just you can select the mouse. So now I'm just selected a mouse with the green color. And if I press the erase button, now you can see this, the edited one. Now the edited one, the mouse is gone, right? So now I got this, the images without, what is that mouse? Similarly, if I like to go with this, there is a small tree, something is there. Okay, suppose I want to delete it. I want to reduce it. Then go with the brush and remove this. So which one you want to remove, just you can mark this. After that, you can go with the erase. So you take a few seconds to be erase it. Then finally, if you like to download, you can download this. So it is also working with the AI, some of the editing tools, which may helping to edit a small editing, right? But if you want to do a lot of editing, there is a very good tool. It is there. That is called Run Away. So this is a tool, but you have to explore a lot. There is a cool tool called Runway, and it's working with purely based on AI. The tool name is called Runway. So it's having the plenty of features, but you have to be logged in with your Google, or you can create your own username and password. So I'm already having this account. There's a tool called Runway. If you want, I can share this link. There is a Runway. I'm sharing this link in the chat box. Yeah. So if you not finding this link, just you can type Runway AI tool. You may get this AI tool. And here there is an AI magic tools. A lot of AI magic tools are there. Kindly explore those tools. For example, the previous I done a remove your background. No, if you want to remove background, you can just press the remove background. It automatically remove the background. Suppose you want to go with the portrait generator, animal generator, and train a custom generator like this. They provided different AI magics are there. So which one you want, you can use. Suppose you want to colorize the photo. You can upload this photo and you can use this some feature to be change the color. Suppose you want to add the green background in your images, you can use this one. So like this, the different AI magic tools are available. Kindly explore it. It is a versions now they're providing is a free only. Just I'm showing this. Say here, when you like to create an account, it asking some kind of basic information where you're working, what is the workspace, and just you can give this and you can create an account. So it is a free tool up to now, but it's a pro version also available. But I'm using the free version to editing some of the tools. Even there is a supporting to audio file, video file, image to text, text to images. This also makes supporting. For example, see here, text to images. Suppose I want to type some text based on this. I want to get this images. There is a prompt. You can see I want to make some kind of animal face look like angry. So angry animal. So animal angry. Once I type it, it may be running and it may be finding some images, and it suggests the images also. Now you can see. Suppose I like to go with the 2 outputs or 3 outputs. So which number of output which you want, just to put and go with the generate. It may be generating a new images. So based on this angry images, suppose I like to go with a smile, angry with smile faces. So like this, it may be generating images. So based on the text, it may be providing, even there is a chances the widescreen and mobile vertical or landscape, which mode you want to download these images or prepare images, it can depends on this. So this way, the AI tools may helping for us. Now I'm moving to the Chat GPT. Which are the prompts we have to use it? So as already SAS highlighted, so when you like to ask the questions, a multiple choice question and all, the admins are just you can type the topic and you can ask the MCQ question or the essay questions for the particular topic. It may be provided. Just I'm going with some other prompts. Hopefully it will be useful for you. Please kindly note, because if you know how to ask the question, the Chat GPT, particularly the prompting questions, you may get this good answer. So the ways to use the Chat GPT as a student or as a learner, as a teacher, which are the prompts we have to use. The first prompt for this purpose of summarizing a long essays and article to read them easily. So what you have to do, suppose there is a paragraph, you have to copy the paragraph. After that, you have to ask the question, provide me a 200 words summary of the particular paragraph you have to paste, or you have to article you have to paste. And otherwise summarize, you can paste this article and you can ask the 300 words for me and provide me summary of, because instead of highlighting a number of words, you don't need the number of words, just you can go to provide a summary of this. So this is a prompts we have to use it. Hello.
Yes.
Please.
See, the second point, summarize the entire title of the research article in 300 words. Okay.
Yeah.
See, for example, the Chat GPT has provided summary in 300 words. But again, another difficulty is that after getting the 300 words, when we check with the Zero GPT, it is showing 100% plagiarism.
Of course.
Then why can't we make on our own?
That, yeah, of course. So for example, you could not have the time to read all the 10 pages or 20 pages, right? So what the Chat GPT is doing, it's summarizing this, right? And from the summarizing, you can read it, you have to write by your own. You got it? Zero GPT is a tool to be checking whether you're taking from the Chat GPT. That checking whether you are taking the material from the Chat GPT one. But we need to be summarized, no? We could not read all the 100 pages in this textbook. Or the article, there is 20 pages. We don't have time at all. For this, we have to depend on this kind of summary. You got it?
Yes, but finally, whatever it is, we have to do on our own. Then only it will
be.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah, listen. The Zero GPT only is checking whether you're copying from the Chat GPT, right?
But no, actually, no, not only from that. Actually, yesterday I was checking some manuscript which I have paraphrased from Quillbot and Grammarly. I have my personal accounts in that. I'm my institutional accounts. The paraphrased content also I checked with this. It is showing what is that? Plagiarism. How much plagiarism? The Chat GPT. You just to copy the Chat GPT content. You check this Quillbot and all. Sorry, in the Grammarly or in Eternity. Hello. Yes. Sorry, I didn't get you. Actually, you are copying this Chat GPT content, you pasted into the Quillbot or in a Grammarly or Eternity, right? Is it correct? Yes. Even that set also. No. SST, small SEO tools also there I have checked. Okay. There also it is showing plagiarism. I mean, sorry, plagiarized content.
Yeah, that is why. So the AI is providing it or showing this art. What is that? Plagiarism means we have to write by your own. But this kind of tool, it reducing our workload. No, instead of reading 100 pages and writing a summary by own, the chat is providing summary separately. Then we have to do the paraphrasing in our own way. You got it? So we could not be totally avoid this kind of chat because there may be a positive and negative. So we have to think in what way we have to use the chat GPT, how we can reduce the plagiarism. That we have to think. You got it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, good, fine. So now you can see, suppose there is a chat GPT. Yesterday I done the demo. How to do the installation is a Google Chrome. So if you done this chat GPT only, you have the web access. If you press the web access, you may get this web content also with citation, right? Otherwise, you don't need to web access, kind of remove it. So that is a good option. So if you're providing the web access, it providing at least 10 results from the net sources. So that's for the authentications we can use it this. But even if we are cross checking whether ChatGPT is giving the correct answer, for ensuring this, we have to depend on this kind of references or citations, right? For this, you can depends on the web access. Suppose you don't need, you can remove this. Hello.
Can you show me content with this enable web access? Actually, I didn't get.
So if you enable this web access, for example, I'm asking the question.
Like emotional intelligence, you type.
Yeah. I'm putting the emotional intelligence. Now, if you see here, it may provide the two content. It may provide the two answers. One is a web responses. Other one is called chat GPT responses.
So that web access results is by default, or that also providing?
No, web result. The chat GPT is finding a best result from this, from the web resources. Okay. I'm just typing. So there may be issues in the chat GPT. I'm trying once again. So it's refreshing. Yeah.
That increase the number of results.
Yeah. So if 1 minute, just I'm going to the 3. Yeah. Now we can see the first result web search results. Are you getting to this? The first research web search results, the 3 results, right? The second one, it is a separate result as part of the chat GPT. You got it? Suppose I like to increase the 10.
The below script. The below script
is written by the chat GPT. The first one is the web search results.
Okay. No. In the below script, which is written by chat GPT, there are in-text citations. Okay.
Yeah, it is there.
You click on that first number.
Yeah, it goes to that particular link. Okay.
You click on that.
1 minute. It's not yesterday's work. 1 minute. It will be working. 1 minute. No, yesterday I done this demo.
Yes. Actually, I was searching for something. See here, if you find, if I'm not wrong, below the text there are in-text citation 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah. That is the above one.
And above 1, 2, 3 are there. No, those are the in-text citation which are related to web access in the above.
Yeah. Of course. That's correct. Yeah. That's correct. So one thing, there may be a small network issue. That is the reason it happening now. Just I'm trying once again. Yesterday it went on correct because I am connecting with 3 or 4 devices. I'm just connecting with once again the emotional intelligence. So now you can see the 10. You are getting the 10 web results because
we have increased the.
Yeah. Now the chat GPT is typing. Chat GPT typing this. So it's going to type. Yeah, it's typing. So because the 10 citation, because 10 content, no, it takes time to be read all the things and find it, maybe typing 6 little time.
And here is I have a doubt.
Now you can see there is a hyperlink.
Go upper side, whether the same in-text citation is there or not.
It is there, the same.
See, that is what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
In the above, the clearly mentioned the in-text citation, I mean citation associated or citation related references. But in the main script, which is writing by the chat GPT, it is giving only 1, 2, 3 numbers in-text citation.
That is called citation. That is the above one is called reference. This is called reference, right?
Yes, citation
This is
associated
this is called
references.
reference. Yeah, this is called citation down. Okay. So here everything should be hyperlinked. Now you can see if I press the one, it will be goes this. Now you can say I'm press the one, it goes to the particular website. You got
So,
it? The previous
yes,
there was a network issue. Okay. Now it's
so
okay.
so
Okay.
even no need to click on that yeah, in-text citations. We both above and below, if we copy paste, then we can use as it is in
Yeah,
our.
yeah, of course. So it maybe gives us the correct web citations also, right? So it will be authentic. So whenever you are giving this some kind of what is that the references with citations, then the plagiarism we have to reduce it. Okay. Yeah, just I'm moving this. I hope you understood how the ChatGPT is working. I'm moving to the other one. Right. So this is the things we already demo, how to summarize a long essays or the articles to read them easily. The second one, generate ideas or stories. Suppose you like to develop your stories based on one theme. What you have to do, you have to ask this kind of prompt, write me a story about. So you can ask the ChatGPT, write me a story about, and just asking the question to ChatGPT. Write a story about friendship. Then if you ask the stories, it may be provide the stories also. Further, this kind of web resource not needed, just we have to avoid this still that results generating and just stopping and remove the web access and just go to the another questions. So now we can see write a story. It's providing a story. Once upon a time in a small town, so there was two young girls. Suppose you want to rephrasing or you want to ask the another stories. Suppose you feel that this story is not needed, you can go with the another story. Then it gives the another story. So it will be interlinked with each questions. So it may be giving you another story for us. So it takes time. So hope you understood how we can ask the question. Then another one. So I'm moving to the another one. Generate ideas and response for the homework and assignment. Suppose as a learners, they need to get some kind of homework responses. Instead of copying and paste the homework, they need to get some kind of idea about the homeworks. They can ask the questions like, provide me an ideas for this particular topic and write me 1,000 words essay on the particular topic, and simply they can keep us type the title. So they can go with any way and provide me idea with ideas for the topics, like they may ask you different questions. And the next one, managing a writing application made. Suppose you like to write a letter, request letter in a formal way. So that also may be helping. You can ask this Chat GPT. So write a formal letter to my HOD, to the HOD, about the changes in the or about the postponing the examination. Okay. Postpone the examination. So now you can see it gives the formal letter.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir, please.
Is it possible to access the audio file?
No, sir. Still now it is not accessing by the audio or the visualized file. Right. Very soon they may do this kind of work. We may get into this. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah. Yesterday, actually, I was searching for this one letter. Actually, I was wandering and I was laughing myself like anything. Even you can see, dear HOD is there.
Yeah.
Actually, we mentioned either dear sir or madam.
See, I am putting the right formal letter. See, the formal letter, it is comes like this. Dear HOD, I am writing a request to the postpone the upcoming. Suppose I am asking the same question, but in informal way. You can see just I'm copying the same question.
I mean to say is that, dear sir or madam, we mention when we write manually.
Yeah.
But it is giving dear HOD. That's what I'm saying you.
Because I am typing this to the HOD. That is the reason showing as an HOD, right? Suppose I am putting this question to write the administrative people. So just to put this some boxes only. You can put whether sir or madam. That's up to us. But
so
I am
that
just
we have to give.
Sorry. Instead of this one, for example, instead of HOD, just I am asking the question. Write a formal letter Just I'm asking this question about the corresponding examination. Now we can see how the answers may comes. Now we can see this answer. Because the way you are asking, the ChatGPT may recognize differently, it may give a different answer. So now it's taking, because I'm previously asking to write the letter for the HOD. Now you can see dear name of the exam control.
So we have to.
Yeah, that is
so
the way
we have to.
Yeah, the way you are prompting, no, the way it gives the answer. Now you can see I didn't put clarity in the questions, right? That is the reason it's supposed to be dear in the bracket name of the people. And because automatically is detecting that the postponed examination meant for the controller. That is the reason put the name of the exam controller and the date of examination, everything's come to the bracket, right? Then after this, we have to fill it. We have to do the editing. So suppose I'm putting the same question, you can see here, the same question, write a formal letter. Instead of that, I'm putting the informal letter. Now we can see this content to be different. Suppose we like to write a formal or informal, that we have to find, you have to be, what is that, fixed. Then based on the, we have to ask the question. Now we can see the previously, when I asked the same question as a formal way, it's showing the dear head of department, I'm writing the request. But now we can see, hi, the HOD, hope you are doing well. I'm writing the request to favor of my recording upcoming. The content to differ, the way asking these requests to be differ. So like this, when you're asking the prompt, no, we have to specify whether you like to go with a formal letter or informal letter, or we like to write it specifically for any person. If you're asking what is a specific one, it may give a specific response. And summarizing your class notes, suppose you have the more than 10 pages content that we already discussed, how to summarize this article and all. The similar way, you have to paste this class notes, it maybe gives a summary report. And suppose coming up the unique ideas, you want to get some kind of unique idea, catchy idea. Yesterday we discussed it. Suppose you want to generate a research title or research proposed title, you can ask that prompt like this: provide me with a catchy title, provide me to format research title or summarize, write a formal abstract. Like this, you can ask the question to the ChatGPT. And practicing your curriculum exam and dates. Even it may be providing a exam timetable also. For example, see here and just doing this. I am doing this demo. Yeah, prepare a timetable for the 1 week. I put the steady timetable, steady time for the 1 week for the examination of UPSC. Okay. So it gives this 1 week examinations steady timetable to us. Even it may be helping to schedule. Suppose you specifically highlighting this is the title. I want to prepare I want to need some kind of tentative timetable for preparation by yourself. It may be providing. Here is a 1 week timetable that can help you to prepare effectively for the examinations. Now see here day 1. So the timing 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. is providing a timetable. The revisions of the current affairs and the general knowledge. This is day 1, 8:30 to 10. So like this, it gives a 1 week timetable. It gives a 1 week timetable. Meanwhile, I'm going to the another one because it takes time to be fine. So suppose you like to generate 3 questions. Already SARS highlighted. Suppose you want to get a MCQ questions or any big essay type questions, you can ask directly the ChatGPT. Just I'm doing the demo now. Now she still is typing. Just I'm going to stop generating. Suppose you feel that you want to stop, you can press the stop generating. Otherwise, you can wait up to the timing of 7 days. Okay, just I'm stop generating. I can ask the another questions to the ChatGPT. Right. Suggest some essay type question for the mathematics education course. For the mathematics education course. For the at BA level. Okay. At teacher education level. Okay. Just I put this. Then you can go with this. Now here some of the essay type questions. It's asking the questions. What is the role of problem solving mathematics education? How can the teachers create a classroom cultures that encourages students engage in problem solving? So once you give the title, it will better if you pasted the syllabus. For example, there is a one unit you like to ask the question. That one unit paste means based on this, it maybe get this question. Suppose I need to get some more question, please. You can ask these questions. Some more questions. It may use some more questions also. So right here is some common misconception of the students that have the mathematics and how can the teachers address this misconceptions. Like this gives another things. Suppose you like to get the MCQ questions, you can ask the questions. I can stop generating first. Okay. MCQ for the topic of artificial intelligence. With the option A to E. So I'm just specifying I need option A to E. I'm just going with this. Sure, here's some of the, now you can see the option is taking A, B, C, D, E. Yeah. So if you're asking only the MCQ, it may go only A, B, C only, but I'm asking A to E. Now it's give the answer. Suppose you like to get this key also, you can specify I need a key also, it may be specifying the key also.
Here I have a doubt. Hello.
Yeah, please.
These questions preparing by these questions are preparing by ChatGPT on ChatGPT own. Otherwise, somewhere it is collecting and putting here.
No. It is thinking by the own AI system. It's an algorithm, right? There is a sources. From this recognizing, it developed the questions by the ChatGPT itself. So that is the reason if you copy and paste in somewhere in the other than the zero GPT, it's not showing this plagiarism. You got it. Some other questions might be there, but most of the questions it's not exactly same as it in the web sources. That is the reason if you see with other search engines, other plagiarism software is not detecting the plagiarism. If you detect, it means that question is already existing. That is the main, right? We have to ensure whether it's developed by the own or it may be copying from somewhere, because AI having the option that some of the things it may be taken from web resources only, right? So it won't be, even the answer key is provided. You can see there is an answer key in the end, it's provided. Suppose you need a few more, you can ask the few more questions. It may give a few more questions also. Right. So suppose you like to checking the spelling and grammar, you have to use this kind of prompt questions. Check the spelling errors. You have to paste the particular essay and article. Then check the grammar and languages. So I take 5 more minutes. Please kindly bear with me. I'll take only 5 more minutes. Then modify. These are the prompt you have to check when you like to checking the spelling or grammar. And the other one, getting summarize the article to move the document is provide me with the synopsis. Particularly, there is a movie, right? So like this, if you want to get the book title, if you post, sometime it may be giving this the exact summary, the synopsis and all. Then organizing academic management time, this already done the demo. So how we can prepare a study timetable and all, it suggests to us. But here we know how to ask the question to the ChatGPT. And just I'm going to conclude with the 2 things. Do's in the ChatGPT, which are things we don't do the ChatGPT as a student or as a learner or as a teachers, right? So just I'm going to highlight the do's. Which are the things we have to do in the ChatGPT means we have to use the ChatGPT for assisting our studies or assisting for our teaching. We cannot take 100% from the right. It will be an assisting tool or it may be a helping the people to give some kind of insights on it and provide a clear and easy to understand the prompts of ChatGPT. So we have to know how to ask the question to ChatGPT. We must ask these specific questions in a prompt, in a correct prompt, and use more follow-up questions to get a response, to refining a response in your academic purpose. Suppose you want to explore more about a specific content in a very deeply, you can ask continuously questions related to this area. So it may give a lot of insight for us. You can use the ChatGPT to generate response in the form of summary or a bullet list as per your convenience. That's also good. The other one, always recheck the information obtained from the ChatGPT as well as ensure the fact check whenever you are relying to the tool is factual response. So whenever you get this information, kindly recheck whether the information which you get from ChatGPT is to be correct, it's an authentic. Then you can use it. Always rely on your own reflect. These are things we have to ensure. So instead depends on always a ChatGPT, always rely on your own reflective, analytical, critical skills for approaching your academic and response generated by the ChatGPT. Don't blindly believe this. So we have to think our own reflective abilities, thought provoking, and then we have to understand whether the given by the content by the ChatGPT correct or not. These are the do's we have to follow. Then the don'ts. So I'm just concluding with the don'ts. Which are things we don't do while using the ChatGPT? Don't use ChatGPT to write the answer or assignment, but only to get idea for the sum. So some people, they're asking to write an article, ChatGPT, just they will copy and paste. This not be fair, right? So it may be help, provide some kind of input to us. From this, we have to be right by our own. So even for the assignment task or in the case of any kind of examination and all, we don't be copy as it is, right? And don't rely solely on ChatGPT with the fraction information as it found to produce the innovative fates also. That also we attention. Don't rely solely on the ChatGPT for the language correction. Sometimes when you're doing this language corrections, it won't give us the correct one. So some kind of incoherent sentence might becomes. Kindly check whether ChatGPT is providing proper grammar. Use the third-party tool and check it once. After that, you can use it. And don't use the ChatGPT to write answer for examinations, as it not fully plagiarism proof. That is also the same thing we have to follow for while submitting article for the journals and all. We don't be copy and paste as it is from the ChatGPT and publishing the article. It's not be ethics. And don't become over dependent on the ChatGPT. Yet, despite being a powerful AI tool, it has been own limitation. Moreover, excessive reliance on the tool can turn into the addictive dependence and the hinder your creativity of the students towards your academic. So these are things I compile it, but I can have the queries to the ChatGPT. I can ask the same question to ChatGPT. You can see what the ChatGPT is providing. I'm asking the question, is ChatGPT?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Sir, is there any other best tool other than this ChatGPT?
So up to now, this only the things is live, sir. It's a free basis. So some other tools are there. It's a paid one. Okay. Now the same. Sir. Thank you, sir. The same question. So what is our title? I'm asking the ChatGPT now whether the ChatGPT is a boon or a ban into the education system. Now we can see this the results from the ChatGPT. So how the ChatGPT is giving the response, because we discuss a lot of things, but we need to get this output from the results from the ChatGPT also. As an AI language model, I don't have this subjective opinions and beliefs as a human do, but I am simply to design to assess or provide information to. In terms of impact of the education system, I can provide several potential advantages, disadvantages. In one hand, I can provide students to educate to access a vast amount of information, which can enhance the additional I can. So like this, it provided a lot of content. So I'm just putting it another way, because it's not giving it correct way. Just I'm putting ChatGPT is boon or ban to the education. And just asking the questions a different way. We can see whether the answers come correctly. So the same kind of things may come. Yeah. Yeah. So it's not giving the correct answer. So it's putting the different things here. Fine. Yeah. So finally, I can conclude with this conclusions. Because when you deeply look onto this, the impact of the ChatGPT, we have the positive, we have the negative. So both is there, right? That is the reason we cannot blindly deny this kind of advanced, what is that, AI tools. We have to think how we can effectively use for our teaching and learning without using this kind of tool for the, what is that, 100% rely on this. We have to enrich our teaching skills or the learning. We have to use this kind of tool. And sometimes some people's having the idea that we have to be through this kind of tools. We don't need to depend on this tool. We could not be totally away from this, because this is only the starting point of the AI, right? Now the people like us, we are talking about ChatGPT and all. But in future, there may be a chance artificial general intelligence, explainable artificial intelligence, deep reinforcement learning, transfer learning. So like this, a lot of advanced technology, AI models may come. So now it will be not started to learning these things. If it comes to advanced technology, the entire education should be occupied by this kind of systems. But because we cannot be stop this kind of advanced technology, maybe go the different way. That is the reason I highlighted artificial general intelligence, that's called AGI, explainable AI. These are the advanced level of the AI systems. So we have to wait and explore these things, but we cannot come to now the conclusions about the ChatGPT, because it having the positive, it having the negative. We have to, the way we are using it, that the way we have to be, what is that, a survivor. So thank you all. If you have any doubts, please kindly ask me now. Yes, if you have doubts.
Yes, anyone?
So thank you so much for your wonderful questions and wonderful insight which you given to me. Thank you all the participants. So if you like to add some more points, please kindly forward and give your points. If you like to give some more points.
Sir, actually, I think we are conducting one quiz or a the competition for the ChatGPT Chat GPT. I am giving the some questions which is in chat box. I want that who is write the PPT the tomorrow and present it. We will giving them the most topmost PPT. We will give them the topmost PPT the prize. So we are conducting for this AI and Chat GPT. So there are some questions.
What is it?
Questions are okay.
Yes, sir, kindly briefly explain once again, because your voices are kind of break is that I think the participant cannot understand what you're asking.
Can or there any?
Sir, your voice also having the some issues. So Muttappa Mantu sir, lot of tools are there, but most of tools are paid one, because the ChatGPT now we are using the free. Once we having the Google bot, because we are waiting to use the Google bot for all other countries, they already use the Google bot. We are not testing the Google bot because that is equal to the ChatGPT. Once we have the Google bot, we can cross check which is the effect it will, whether it's a Google or a ChatGPT. Finally, we can find it. But now we have only the accessibility in a free version ChatGPT only. Yeah, so Sar is giving you some competitions to the participants. So he like to give some praise, I think so. If he provided with the 4 titles, right? If someone's making a PPT and sent to him, he may find a best PPT, I think so. Is it correct, sir? You are going to find a best PPT and given the prize, right?
Yes.
Yeah, fine. If possible, you can share this in the WhatsApp group of the participants. So it will get yes.
Are there any examples of ChatGPT giving some extrapolative information? Do I get my question correct?
Still, your voice is having some issues, sir. You know, getting this. So, dear participants, do you have any doubts? Any doubts? Otherwise, we can do this meeting.
Hi, Surya sir.
Yes, sir. Please. Yeah, Dhanvi sir. Sorry. Yesterday itself, sir asking to be show your face. Yes, fine. Nice to see you. Okay.
So
Dhanvi,
there's no question, but this whole session, because I started thinking about this thing, and it's just a normal, what do you say, food for thought kind of thing. So if we see that the quantum of knowledge, quantum of data exists in this planet, it get doubled every second year. Couple of years back, it was just for 5 years, then it went for 4, 3, and now in every 2 years, everything is just becoming double.
Yeah.
Amount of YouTube videos. If we will be starting watching the videos which exist on YouTube, our whole life will be exhausted, but those videos will not be just over.
Yeah.
And there are just this huge amount of data exists, and ChatGPT kind of tool are just providing us that avenue to just to assess, utilize, sum up, and just give us a brief picture about what we are looking for.
Yeah.
Now, in this context, I was thinking that if we see that the curation of knowledge in itself, it totally rely upon the replication of various fundamental principles in any kind of discipline.
Of course.
That's not a worrisome issue at all, because that is required. So which substantiate this argument that if somebody is doing Control C plus Control V, that's a normal process which we are just doing from age-old thing. That's why knowledge is surviving. Now, but in this whole process, the authentication of that knowledge is a challenging thing. And I'm pretty much sure that the developer of Chat GPT might also be facing this challenge for the days to come, that how to make it a more reliable platform, that it should not be questioned at all. So definitely this is a challenging task for teaching fraternities, that we have to do that authentication check on ourselves. I would like to mention just two things here. One, usually we take sessions with students that you should read this, you should write that, read this article, read that book, read this blog. But here in Central University Jammu, I also take a session with students that what not to read in academics, which is very much important, that how we can just see that whether the information, whether the knowledge which you are just getting exposed to, that's a correct and reliable knowledge or not. So there are particular just some mechanism which we develop for that. Now, second thing, I think that kind of session are very much essential nowadays. Second thing which I would like to contribute is that our concern for all these AI backed up these chatbots is worrisome with only one fundamental fallacy, I will call it, that we are relying heavily on age-old evaluation mechanisms. And we will be giving question to the students, they will be returning us something, we will be seeing whether they produced it on their own or they copied it from somewhere. What if they copied it from somewhere else? All of us are doing the same thing since our first grade itself. That's why we are learning new things. So I think this is a wonderful thing that if we should more concerned about the mechanism, that whatever they are copying, whether they understood that thing or not.
Of course.
Yesterday I was quoting about that the educational sociologist Professor Abhijit Pathak. I still remember, I was not lucky enough to just have any class with him, but some of my friends they had. So he gave wonderful assignments to the students. For example, he will be asking them to cover up to write one essay. You have 4 hours. You go wherever on this planet. You call anybody on this planet. At end of the 4th hour, this essay should be on my table. You go to library. You consult internet, and then I will be having a 10-minute discussion on that paper. What have you learned out of this thing? And that's a wonderful thing. Even if somebody is copied, and students, they really struggle to write that essay. To just give their best shot, irrespective of the fact whether they are just copying it from somewhere or they're learning from somewhere, they are talking to somebody, they're consulting somebody. But that's a kind of a new pedagogy. So we should be more concerned about this, that whether we should challenge this age-old thing, the existing evaluation practices which we are relying upon. That because this Chat GPT is a threat to that existing evaluation practices.
Of course.
These are just 2 points which I would like to share.
Yeah. So thank you so much, sir. So what you highlight the 2 points, very valid points. The first thing, what we don't learn. Okay, that is the reasons. If you see that some of the philosophical idea, what we have to learn, that's called learning, unlearn, and relearn. So that is a statement you highlighted as what we don't learn. So which are things we don't read it. That we have to be highlighted to our students, because the students cannot know what they can learn, what they cannot be learned. The second one, the evaluation pattern of our Indian system is totally the wrong way is going on. So because we are giving much importance to mark based. So only the mark based, not the task based. So that is the reason those are getting the highest mark. We are treated as a what is that? merit students. So that is another important thing. We have to think how we can assign a assignment task in a different way or a novel way. Then we can lead it further in the academic side. Otherwise, still our education system may go the same way only. So can you watch the department, sir, which department you belongs to?
I teach here in Department of Social Work.
So sure, great, nice to
Yeah.
nice, sir. Good. So thank you so much, sir, to came. Yeah. So I'll turn on the camera and talk to us. Thank you.
Thanks to you that
Thank
you,
you, sir, for
you
that.
just enriched us just with so many new things.
Yeah, sir. I'm also learning from each of us only.
All of
So,
us are learners in our
yeah.
different stages.
Yeah, of course, perfect. So I am not much expertise in this way because the SaaS proving the task, I explore myself. I'm just sharing my idea. So
The thing which I said that all of us are learner. Today we were discussing a timetable.
yeah,
My colleague, this timetable is not for the student to teach them. This is a timetable for us that this is a time to learn for our new things.
yeah, of course, it's a great sir. So,
Yeah.
okay,
But thank you very much for such a wonderful session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ranjit, sir. So thank you, Savilal and Sabine. Lot of people are putting your idea also. Even tomorrow you can unmute and talk to me. And today also, there's a lot of knowledgeable people are there, very experts people are there. Kindly share your idea and thoughts like the Dhanvit, sir. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So can you leave this meeting, sir? So thank you.
Sir, yes. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye to all.